Hello, and welcome to Resume Before and After, where we look at common resume mistakes and how to fix them. Today, we're discussing resumes that get too personal. One common error that people make is to include information about their personal lives on their resumes. Not only does this draw focus away from your professional persona, sometimes your personal information can give employers a reason to reject you. Let's look at an example. If we look at the employment history on this resume, we see many entries labeled life event. This job seeker had an unstable work history, so she used these life events to explain gaps, but doing so created new problems. One of these entries is divorce and custody battle. By including that, this job seeker has revealed her marital status and the fact that she has kids, both of which are things that could open her up to discrimination. Additionally, it gives her the impression of being high drama, something most employers want to avoid. Another life event is bad car wreck, 3 surgeries. This reveals to the employer that the job seeker was seriously injured and may have continued medical problems as a result. We advise that you never reveal any health issues on the resume, whether mental or physical. Otherwise, employers may discard your application because they'll be worried how your health issues will affect your attendance and performance. Another entry says, worked on master's degree for a few semesters, traveled to long-term assignments with husband, now ex. Traveling with her husband does not count as work experience and is irrelevant to her professional skills. Working on her master's degree, on the other hand, might be worth including. Continuing education can be a great way of filling in gaps. But in that case, it belongs in the education section, not the employment history section. The same is true for the 2 other educational entries here: life event online medical coding class and graduated college at UNO. Now let's take a look at how we can fix these issues with an updated version of this same resume. If we look at the employment history here, we see that the words life event have been removed. All mentions of marriage, divorce, children, injuries, and travel have been removed. The entries that dealt with continuing education have been relocated to the education section. Since this education was all fairly recent, we include the dates to help cover gaps in the work history. What we're left with in the employment history section is simply that, the history of her employment only. For 2 of these positions, we include the phrase temporary position to explain why these jobs were so short-term. There is only one life event left on this list: caretaker to mother and sister, both now deceased. We left this one in because it was perfectly appropriate. If you've been out of the working world because you've been a primary caretaker, you can absolutely include that as a job on your resume, particularly if you specify, as this job seeker did, that the need for caretaking is finished. Since we removed all the personal information, there are now gaps in the employment history that could not be covered by caretaking or education. To draw attention away from these gaps, we used a functional resume, which focuses on her relevant qualifications, skills, and accomplishments, rather than her chronological work history. That way, we demonstrate that she is well qualified for a clerical and administrative role. Additionally, this job seeker needs to explain the gap in her cover letter. Perhaps she can say something like, I took a break from my career to focus on caring for my family, But now I'm ready to get back to work and excited about your opportunity. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please click like, and if you'd like to see more content from us, please click subscribe.